Kia ora and welcome to today's webinar. Today we will be focusing on the three main sociological theories. The first which we will discuss is the functionalist perspective. Functionalist perspective is often referred to as functionalist sociology, functionalist society, and functionalism. Functionalist perspective is based on the works from Herbert Spencer, Emile Durkheim, Talcott Parsons, and Robert Merton. Functionalist perspective believes that society is a system in which interconnected parts work together in harmony to maintain a state of balance and social equilibrium as a whole. This is comparable to a car, which needs a cylinder, it needs pistons within that cylinder, a starter motor, and a battery to start the car, which is a very simple way to put it, I am aware. For example, each social institution contributes important functions to society. Family should and does provide a context for reproducing, nurturing, and socializing children. Education offers a way to learn society's skills, knowledge, and power. Politics provides means of governing members of society, which is inclusive of the law. Economics provides for the production and distribution of goods, for an example, food, and services. Religion provides moral guidance and an outlet of worship of a higher power. Functionalist emphasizes the interconnection of society by focusing on how each part influences and is influenced by one another, for an example, politics and the law. Another example is the increase of single-parent and dual-earner families that has contributed to the number of children who are failing in school because parents have become less available to aid with homework and check over it. As a result in technology, universities and other institutes are offering more technical programs, for an example an increase in engineering trades, and many adults are returning to study in order to learn new skills that are now required in the workplace. Another example is the increase of women in the workplace, which has contributed to the formulation of policies against sexual harassment and job discrimination. Functionalist sociologists have identified two types of functionalism: manifest and latent. Manifest by definition means clear or obvious to the eye and mind, whereas latent means existing but hidden or concealed. If you take the example of a primary school, traditionally a primary school's purpose was to teach children knowledge and life skills. However, it has evolved to some as a babysitting service and is convenient for full-time employed parents. Or the example of university, that it was traditionally a teaching institute, however it is now sometimes used to find a potential mate. Obviously no parents deliberately see primary schools as a babysitting service, or hopefully many people see universities as a dating service, therefore they are referred to as latent functions. The second sociological theory we will talk about is the conflict theory / perspective. Conflict perspective views society as composed as different groups which all have different interests and compete for power and resources. Conflict perspective can be traced to Karl Marx, in which we will discuss in class and go over his work further. Karl Marx was a famous sociologist and, amongst many other things, and believes that society is constantly going through difficulties which are situated in and around the class struggle. The conflict between an ownership class that controls all production and the labouring class that provides for the labour and the production. An example of this would be in Auckland, where the amount of individuals that own several rental properties, who are gaining money from that, which is driving up the cost of houses for the working class. Conflict theory can also be traced to several worldview theories, such as feminist theory. Feminist theory believes that we live in a patriarchal society that is ran for men by men, therefore women can never have power and are not seen as equals, therefore this creates conflict. Symbolic interactionism is the third and final one we will be discussing today. Symbolic interactionism looks at micro-sociology. Functionalist and conflict perspectives look at society from a macro level, which is a larger level, which is we as individuals are affected by institutions. Symbolic interactionism, on the other hand, looks at it from a micro level, which is where institutions are affected by us. Symbolic interactionalist perspective emphasizes the importance of definitions and meanings on social behavior and its consequences. Humans tend to respond to their definition of a situation rather than the objective situation itself. Our identity of self, or identity of who we are and our belief system is shaped often by social interaction. If you remember as well, when we discussed in Module 1 culture and our tikanga and what it means to us, this can often link back into symbolic interactionism. We develop this by observing how others interact with us, view us, and label us. Symbolic interactionism emphasizes that human behavior is influenced by definitions and meanings that are created and maintained through our symbolic interaction with others. Now, I'm aware that that is quite a solid 5 minutes of information, so do feel free to continue revisiting this video and also have a read of the readings that are available throughout Module 2 for you.